This is Michiana's breaking news and weather station. MNC. On News Talk 95.3, 101.9 FM, and 1340 AM, your MNC Nation station.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, July the 24th, 2024. And the news continues now with our top local stories. A man who allegedly tried to start a gas station gasoline well on fire has been to court for his pretrial conference.
Abraham Villegas Jr. was arrested in June after the Marathon gas station on Main Street's owner told police he had seen a man attempting to light a gasoline well on fire. The report says he was caught on video saturating a piece of trash with gasoline, igniting it, and throwing it into the well before fleeing. Then police heard a popping sound in the parking garage where officer vehicles are kept about 45 minutes later, and he found a propane tank on its side and a police vehicle on fire. Villegas was found walking and carrying a fuel canister and was taken to jail. His next pretrial conference is scheduled for August 15th. Alyssa Foster, MNC News.
A Benton Harbor man's been sentenced to 15 years in prison for kidnapping and brandishing a firearm, all in connection to a theft of more than 100 guns from a Dunham sports store. Federal prosecutors say 25-year-old Dontrell Nance and his brother, 33-year-old Darnell Bishop, kidnapped the manager from outside his own home using a pistol, then coaxed him to reveal the code for the store's alarm. Bishop loaded the guns into 2 coolers. He'll be sentenced in October. The cause of a house fire on Angela Boulevard in South Bend remains under investigation. Crews are called around 1:30 Monday afternoon to the 400 block of Angela to find smoke pouring from the ground floor of the home. Inside, they found heavy black smoke with fire located in the basement. The blaze was extinguished quickly by fire crews. There were no injuries, no firefighters or residents. New this morning on MNC, a new report that suggests the switch to solar and wind power is hurting household budgets.
A report released this month from the independent think tank Energy Innovation says 1/3 of U.S. households had to forego necessities to pay their energy bills last year. As the nation increases the transition to wind and solar power, those opposed to clean energy rebates and other climate policy say the movement is hurting consumers. But report author Brendan Pierpont, director of electricity modeling for Energy Innovation, said the facts show otherwise.
And when you approach a farmer in that way, you're beginning the conversation with what's important to him or her, which is surviving, continuing to operate. And you then can talk about co-benefits that can help the public.
The report says states with significant clean energy growth have not generally experienced rate hikes above inflation.
And that's Terry D. reporting. The Indiana DNR is now restricting deer rehabilitation.
Following the detection of chronic wasting disease in April, the Indiana Department of Natural Resources has restricted the movement of deer for rehabilitation purposes within CWD-positive areas. The restriction aims to prevent the spread of the fatal disease, which affects white-tailed deer. The only CWD-positive area in Indiana includes LaGrange, Steuben, Noble, and DeKalb counties. Residents are advised to only surrender injured or orphaned deer to DNR-permitted rehabilitators within these areas. Heather Starr, MNC News.
Of course, the Elkhart County 4-H Fair is happening this week, but by this time next week, attention will be focused to the Indiana State Fair, where discounts and free activities are all things you'll find.
The fair runs from August 2nd through August 18th, and there will be $2 Tuesdays on August 6th and August 13th. That's where admission, rides, and food are all $2 a piece. Some food and treats are also available for $5 or less. There are also 100 things you can do at the fair for free. For more on that, go to the State Fair's website. Morgan Hopkins, MNC News.
As the vice president begins her run for the White House, she has the backing of many Michigan delegates.
But not all of them. Kamala Harris will need at least half of the delegates to go her way at the party's August convention, including 138 from Michigan. Bridge, Michigan reports that the VP is enjoying the support of many political heavyweights in the state, including Governor Gretchen Whitmer and all but one of the state's congressional Democrats. Representative Rashida Tlaib of Detroit is that single voice. All but two of the state's Democratic delegates say that they are definitely backing Harris, and none of them say that they're opposed to her. Harris has the verbal support of enough delegates to win the nomination. Tommy Lee, MNC News.
So with that, the big talk and speculation is who could be her VP pick. Well, there is talk that former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg could be chosen, but so far he's non-committal about the chatter.
I very much trust her to make a choice that makes sense to her, that is right for the party and that's right for the country.
Joe Biden will address the nation tonight about dropping out of the presidential race and what's next for him in the White House. You can hear that address live starting at 8 o'clock here on 95.3 MNC. Indiana's SAT scores have declined for a second straight year, according to the Indiana Department of Education.
They say more than 80,000 high school students took the test in the 2023-24 academic school year, with just under 25% getting college-ready scores in both reading and math. That's down 4.4% from the previous school year. The primary factor hurting most kids' scores appears to be the math portion of the exam, as just over half of students were considered college-ready in the test's reading and writing categories. The trend follows a national decline in SAT scores. Derek Decker, MNC News.
Mishawaka Schools is starting a new virtual school called the Cavemen Academy of Virtual Excellence, or CAVE for short. It'll offer online classes for middle and high school students who can't go to school every day. For the 2024-25 school year, the CAVE will enroll students in grades 7 through 12. The goal is to bring back students who have switched to other virtual schools and boost enrollment. In a settlement with the Department of Labor, Dollar General's now agreed to pay $12 million in penalties and implement a series of changes to prioritize worker safety.
The changes are meant to enhance the safety of their stores. Changes include developing a health and safety committee and reducing inventory in order to avoid blocked exits and unsafe storage. Some of the changes had to be made 48 hours after the settlement, or else Dollar General would face additional fines. They have roughly 19,000 stores across North America, with nearly 650 of them in Indiana. Tommy Lee, MNC News.
Speaking of keeping people safe, during this week's Police Merit Commission meeting, Mayor Rod Robertson swore in 6 new Elkhart police officers. That's the largest number of officers sworn in at a Police Merit Commission meeting since COVID began. The hiring of the officers brings the department staff to 124 of the budgeted 143 officers needed for Elkhart. Indiana is now enhancing its addiction fight using funds from an opioid settlement. Organizations from across the state, including Lifehouse Recovery for Women in Noblesville, are using the money to aid their operations. Amy Shadon's founder of Lifehouse Recovery.
Our house comes alongside those that are coming from detox centers, prison, jail, things like that, and we give them all the resources they need to overcome the barriers, driving and financial things, and helping them get jobs and things like that.
She's now encouraging anybody who's struggling with addiction to seek help.
Partly cloudy today with scattered showers and storms this afternoon. Highs upper 70s, feeling muggy. Drying out overnight, lows near 60. Feeling more comfortable tomorrow with a mix of sun and clouds, highs upper 70s. We'll see a break from the humidity for a few days, slowly warming back to the mid-80s by the weekend. Looking dry until the start of next week. Humidity will also make a comeback next week. I'm WSBT 22 meteorologist Jessica Burns.
You can get the top local news delivered to your email twice each day, 7 in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon. And to get signed up for free, go to 953mnc.com and click where it says on demand.
Podcasts by Federated Media.